We will start introduction to our co-designer. Our co-designer name is Andrew, and he is a student in California, and Andrew have a deep interest on pottery, Boy Scouts, and camping. Andrew loved the outdoor activities since he was in Scout for a very long time. Also, Andrew is deeply passionate on dinosaur. So, what are some challenges that Andrew have? Andrew have a problem called the Freeman-Sheldon syndrome. Freeman-Sheldon syndrome is a disorder which affects muscle and joints, which in case of Andrew cause discomfort in everyday life. Freeman-Sheldon syndrome causes the permanent tightening of muscles, skin, and tendons, which discomfort and strain our co-designer's hands.
For the interview, we asked lots of open ended questions to him about anything related to his daily life and hobbies, but we mostly focused on his previous physical experiences from his disabilities. After the interview, our team was able to realize what is actually needed for him. For the user needs, the co designer loses grip strength sometimes when holding an object, so he needs a device that can support his hand while he holds things. Also, when the co-designer's hand is touching a metal or electronic devices, he feels a sharp pain in his palm, which could be caused by the multiple hand surgeries he has had. So he may need a protective device that prevents direct contact with metal. And for the product requirements, the device needs a soft cushion for the hand grip. An additional sensor could provide an adaptive response to provide the proper amount of cushioning for the co-designer's hand. The product should have a gripping mechanism that supports and stabilizes an object so that the co-designer does not have to apply constant grip that fatigues his hands. So, to make a product that will fulfill the need for our co-designer, our team came up with three big down selections, which are first Wacom tablet, multi-tap key, and Morse code. First, for the Wacom, we were thinking the co-designer should handwrite the message with the fingers that he wants rather than typing or writing with a pen because our co-designer gets fatigued easily and loses grip for typing the whole time. Just simply scribbling on the tablet will be much easier for him to express his message rather than randomly dropping the phone or pen while he's typing. Our next option was a multi-tap key, which allows minimal key presses, making the typing process more efficient. However, both of the choices didn't seem to show significant differences in making him feel less fatigued. And our final down selection, which we are still considering, is a Morse code. Our team is thinking of attaching a sensor for Morse code, which will be different from a typical keyboard. As our code designer is also highly interested in Morse code, our team thought it would be a great way to utilize his interest along with making the typing less fatigue for him. However, we soon realized that it could be still difficult for him to tap every time for Morse code.
Our single sentence product objective is to have a product that aims to create a wearable glove that will bring comfort and ease when typing. Some of the product risks that may occur while developing this product is that as the keyboard may be on a glove, its size can be limited and may not be suitable for long-term use. There can also be instances where accidental inputs may happen, and this can be when they accidentally click a button. In addition, constantly using it on batteries may be tiring and annoying to charge, but if it is wired, it may also be pretty uncomfortable. And lastly, the device itself could be fragile and can be susceptible to breaking, especially when near furniture. This is our visible representation of the glove, and as we have not made the glove yet, we found the closest replacement to what it may look like online, and we predict that our glove will look like this in the future.
Alright, so this is going to be our preliminary prototype objective. So which risks or uncertainties were you trying to test and resolve? For our prototype, we were trying to resolve the uncomfortability that the co-designer experienced when typing on his phone. Specifically, our co-designer dealt with the Freeman-Sheldon syndrome, which, as said earlier in the slides, affected his use of ligaments in his hands. And due to this, he had trouble typing easily, which is also the main reason why he refrained from using his phone. Also, he would drop objects in random time frames and hinder his ability to hold heavier objects, and also increase the sensitivity within his hands.
This was our preliminary prototype. For now, we coded the prototype so that there are 4 buttons, respectively A, B, C, and D. This is only a work in progress, but as we continue developing, we will make buttons and inputs for all 26 letters, and then figure out how to attach it to a wearable glove.
Now let's move on to existing solutions relevant to our user needs. So there's a product called the Adaptive Keyboard that can possibly support our co-designer's mobility issue. It aims to help people who have some typing issues, such as person with one hand or person with carpal syndrome, by providing customized shapes. More specifically, every adaptive keyboard has different kinds of orientations of key depending on users' discomforts or disabilities. These two are the examples of adaptive keyboard. Now the first one, which is on the left-hand side, has a larger keys which can reduce the excessive finger movement and substantially ease the finger pain. It also utilizes soft touch key that demand minute force. The second one, which looks like a gamepad, can also lessen finger pain by changing the shape of keys. As you can see, each keys has concavity, and such concavity can lessen users' pain by minimizing the need of overextension. The overall structures also mitigate pain by allowing user to put their hand in natural ways. But unfortunately, those products won't be able to solve our user's problem because it is not optimistic for our user. Virtually, our co-designer's fingers are oftentimes opened and closed intermittently, and that irregular movement of hand would constantly irritate him regardless of the shape of the keyboard. But still, we're pretty sure that the basic idea of this adaptive keyboard aligns with our goal and inspired our product. Now let's talk about the future goal and further investigation. First of all, we'd like to implement either virtual reality or augmented reality to our product. We anticipate that integrating product with such technology will provide comfortable and convenient circumstances to type because the wearable keyboard might cause some inconvenience because of its tangibility and rigidness. We also think about implementing AI machines such as text prediction system and autocorrect in future. Within the new device, our co-designer might be unfamiliar with the orientation of keys, and such things will be really helpful to fixing an error. Lastly, we like to put some soft materials like fabric that ensures less pain and more comfort.